Hi, St. Michael's. My name is Dominic Margaglione, and I am blessed to serve as the pastoral associate at our church. My wife Rachel and I and our 3 daughters have been members of St. Mike's for close to 5 years now, and we love being part of this faith community. It's an honor to share about how I experience God in my daily life. I think it would be easiest for me to sum it up with the phrase, the sacrament of the present moment, which is just a really fancy way of saying we can encounter Christ anywhere at any time when God gives us the grace to recognize his presence with and within us and all around us and to respond to it. I first learned of this concept and what it means years ago when I met a group of Franciscans in Mission Hill by the name of the Little Brothers of St. Francis. I remember one weekend I was staying at their house for a retreat, and after breakfast I was going back to my room to pray, and it was actually the guest room that Mother Teresa herself stayed in years ago when she visited Boston for several months. And I had my prayer books and I was going back, and little brother Didicus stopped me and said, "No, it's time for us to work now." And he handed me a broom. And he said, "Remember, we are always praying. Even while you're sweeping, I want you to pray." And then he left me. And I was all alone and I had no idea what to do. So I just started praying the Our Father over and over again. It really opened my eyes to this whole spirituality of God's presence in the present moment, what some people call the eternal now. Brother Didicus and the other brothers also taught me mantras like the Jesus prayer that you can say at any time. Jesus, Son of the living God, have mercy on me, a poor sinner. They taught me how to pray the liturgy of the hours, like morning and evening and night prayer, which is the church's way of praying ceaselessly. More than anything, it just opened me up to the reality that God is always with me. And it's opened my eyes to the beauty of God working at all times, be it the giggle of my youngest daughter or watching my daughters ride their bike on a beautiful day, having a quiet moment with my wife, which doesn't happen too often in this house, or hearing stories from parishioners like yourself that move and inspire me, and I see how God is working all around us. I've also thought a lot about how God works his greatest miracles in my life through my failures. When things seem to be falling apart in a relationship with another person or in a situation, when he gives me the grace to turn to him and say, I'm broken, this isn't working out, and hand it over to him, I'm just always amazed at how he transforms that situation. So even through failures, he's working his miracles. I think I am able to respond to this grace primarily in 2 ways. First is through a discipline of daily prayer, which is not easy. And my prayer life has had its ups and downs over the years. Most recently, I've experienced a lot of fruit with learning centering prayer, which is a prayer of silence, of really consenting to God's presence and action and within me. And it's taught me not to look for sensations in prayer, but just to trust that God is doing what he needs to do with me then, and I'll receive the fruits later in the day, maybe by being able to be more patient with my daughters or less judgmental. And then, of course, the graces that come from the Eucharist. I'm ashamed to say that years ago, when I came back to the church, I was one of those who thought that the Eucharist was just a symbol. But it was by spending time with Jesus in the Blessed Sacrament that he transformed my heart to have faith in him. And knowing that he can change that bread into himself gives me faith that he can change anything at any time, any situation, and he can transform this hard and stubborn heart as well, and continues to do so. So those are some of the ways that I experience God's presence in my daily life. I want to thank all those who have given their weekly witness over this past year. I know that you have moved and inspired so many people in our community and beyond, as you've inspired me. And you at home, you have a witness. Even if you're not comfortable sharing it in front of the camera, that's okay. You have a unique story that God has given you, and I guarantee you that someone in your life needs to hear it. So please share that witness with them. Thank you so much. God bless.